Okie dokie, we are back. We are doing a Lancer quest. I want to make this a tad bit bigger actually, because there's some a chat box that's kind of peeking over and it's bugging me a little bit. But anyway, we're talking to Ewain, the Lancer Guild Master, and this is called Questions and Lancers. Get it? Yeah. It is good to see you again, Mercy, and stronger than when we last spoke. Plainly, you have devoted many hours to training, which is just as well, for I have a mind to set you your next task. At the Bramble Patch, you came to grasp the true meaning of courage. I would have you put that courage to the proof before 3 masters of our art. In the many years since they began their training within these walls, these men have led very different lives, yet they share the distinction of being regarded amongst the finest lancers of their time. And just as they once looked to their seniors for inspiration, so too shall you look to them. By availing yourself of their wisdom, you will take another step toward becoming a fully fledged lancer. Your first instructor is a man named Matheomi. Eomi. Matheomi. Seek him out at Amarisai's AMARISSAIX''S Amarisai's spire in the East Shroud, where he serves as a frontier sentry. The long years at his post have honed Matheomi's perception. No detail escapes the man's piercing gaze. Present yourself before him for inspection, Mercy, and do as he bids you. Bote. So, that is in East Shroud. Did I get that teleportation point? I did not, okay. So... let's go down to the docks and accept a ride. And while we're on this path all the way kind of to, well, it's not all the way, it's the southernmost point, or one of the southernmost points of this zone. But it's not all the way like east, so it's just, yeah, I was going to say all the way in the southeast of the zone. I guess it could be considered the southeasternmost. Not easternmost, but southernmost. Anyway, doesn't matter. But East Shroud is a lot like Central Shroud, which we have done most of our questing in. Probably a lot denser with the trees and the overall kind of feeling that you are in nature. Because the outposts are smaller. There aren't any giant outposts like there are in Central Shroud. You've got the Hawthorne Hut area, which is what I'm coming to now. As you approach it from the west, you're really just still running along grasslands, and they're kind of like log cabins and tents. Like the main structure is just a log cabin that could hold a family of 6, but it's kind of more of an outpost. Get the Chocobo Keep while I'm here so I can have this place to ride to. Get the Aetherite while I'm here. And then probably sprint again. Keep going southeast. There's some giant gnats here that look more like hornets. Big old hornets. Got some higher level funguars like I fought in the very beginning of the game. They look the same. Got some lemurs that look like lemurs. And we are at an outpost, which is kind of like it's a tower. This is a tall tower. So I'm going up a flight of stairs, reach the landing, go up another flight of stairs to the left, reach the landing, go up another flight of stairs to the left, reach the landing. I'm at the top. Well, yeah, I guess this is the topmost that you can actually trek. Matheomi, who is a lancer wearing yellow gear, yellow, kind of like a yellow trench coat, and brown hat. You must be the young lancer I was told to expect. Greetings and well met. I am Matheomi, commander of the brave men and women of this spire. Now, let's have a good look at you. I see, you possess strength and skill in abundance. Of this there is no doubt. But you still want for experience. Oh, I don't doubt you've seen much and more. Mayhap you believe there is naught left out there to unnerve you. Yet the world is wide, and only the gods can claim to know all. You may be assured that the legendary lancers of old faltered at times. No lancer, nor any man, can foresee all possibilities, but he can steel himself for the unexpected. I would have you do just that. Take this bottle of fresh spoken blood, and sprinkle it at the foot of the great tree to the north. Doing so will lure out creatures of the night, which you are to vanquish. Okay. I'm not afraid of jumping off your spire, bruh. Yeah, so I am at the foot of a pretty thick tree. I would guess something like 50 people could put their arms, stretch their arms end to end and circle this tree. Just barely. Put a drop of blood on this spot that's glowing purple and black and kill the bats. Okay, cool. Bats. Scary and all. So scary. I can finally use my finisher. Oh, that does good damage. Yeah, that's beautiful. So let's see if I can describe the finisher. It is kind of like an uppercut with a spear. So you kind of launch yourself back a bit, and you rock into, like I said, kind of an uppercut with a spear. You just kind of go forward and then straight up, as if you're thrusting it through the bottom jaw of a giant. It's kind of cool looking. I've reached 30 Lancer before and did the quest to become a Dragoon. I've done that with all of the jobs in this game at one point in time or another. I haven't kept those characters for whatever reason. Back to Matheomi at the top of the tower. Welcome back, lass, and well done. I bore witness to your battle with mine own eyes. The blood bat bewilders its prey with its ceaseless flittering, which makes putting a spear in the beast an exercise in frustration. Frustration that may easily have given rise to panic. Yet, to your credit, you fought on resolutely, and thus emerged the victor. Egwene has taught you well, young one. You have a way to go, to be sure, but beneath those rough-hewn edges I see the makings of a great lancer. With my blessing, make your way to Buscarone's druthers in the South Shroud. It is there that your next instructor, Buscarone himself, awaits. The man had a unique approach to our art. Though it's a fair while since he hung up his spear, his words are well worth hearing. Indeed, lancers visit him as much for his counsel as they do his meed, good though it is. By meeting Buscarone and availing yourself of his knowledge, your lance work will surely improve. I don't need it to improve, but thanks, I guess. Kinda rude. I believe I have to go heading west again, past the lemurs. And some poachers. Just humans that are poachers. I do have to curve around this, so I go north a bit, follow a cliff, or follow a rock wall that curves from the north to the west and back down to the south. And here's a pathway through a gate with a guard with a spear at it. But just let me through. It looks like there's some distilleries here too. Like they probably take the sap from the trees and turn it into something worth drinking. And I am in a bunker, an underground bunker. I'm running through it. It's got shelves, stone walls, wooden doors, and I'm out again and through another gate and into the southern shroud. And I gotta head west. Alright. But I'll grab this shard. There's a shard here at Quarry Mill. This is a lot like the Central Shroud's kind of like middle base. But it's a giant wooden circular oval, circular wall, like a 2-storied, 3-storied wall. Wooden buildings in here. They have kind of grassy looking roofs. Oh, I gotta get the Chocobo Keep on here too. Cool. And then we continue going west to go meet Buscarone. Buscarone does play a role in the story, like the actual story later on. So I don't. It's been a long time. Honestly, I don't remember if I actually got Dragoon. If I did the level 30 quest to become a Dragoon. Because I don't remember this part of it. But I don't remember meeting Buscarone before we meet him later on in the storyline. But actually, we should probably be meeting him pretty soon in the storyline. Because we gotta go north from here for story-related stuff and kill some mobs that are around the level that we are right now. Level 25, level 26, shit. But yeah, he's a human, shaggy looking, got an eye patch, black eye patch. He's got shaggy beard, shaggy facial hair, shaggy gray hair, but he doesn't look old. It's just grayish hair. He's got some great muscles and a red tank top. And my little wolf pup is on top of the bar, shaking its tail and rolling over. I don't believe you belong up there, pupper. Oh, okay, just jump down. Good dog. Buscarone. Well, if it isn't Ewain's protege, I thought it was about time you arrived. I'm Buscarone, and this here's my place. In case you're wondering why old Ewain sent you, I should have mentioned I've not always been in the food and drink business. Before I opened up the Druthers, I manned an outpost not far from here. Any road, between keeping throats wet and bellies full, I ain't got a great deal of time to chat just now, so if you don't mind, I'll get on with educating you. Now, take this nice bottle of full flower mead. Wait, don't open it. This ain't that kind of lesson. No, I want you to make an offering of it at Miss Stahl's Lance, which is a monument tucked away in a rocky cleft to the south of here. See the bottle safely there, complete with its contents, and when you come back, I'll tell you a story. Got all that? Good. Okay. Let's get down to bottleness. Switch to kitty. Coral pet is out now, chasing me down. Prancy, 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 prancy. Meow. Meow, kitty. We are... Whew, this is a large log. And this is a gigantic scarred antelope. Like 12 feet tall. But he's not mean, so Mistal's lance is literally just that. There's a lance poking into the ground with a rock kind of cairn as if to signal like kind of a grave looking thing. Pay my respects. There's a very tall, very large, dead trunk that was at a 45-degree angle from the ground. We kind of ran underneath that. Massive. Massive! And they say that a hero can busk around. So you offered up the meat as I told you, and without drinking a drop? Very well, you shall have a tale of me as promised. Mastale is the man who founded the Lancers Guild, and the monument I sent you to was erected in his honor. Mastale was courage made flesh. Cut him and I dare say he'd have bled the stuff. It was him who first identified the two aspects of a Lancer's courage, as well as how to go about tempering him. And that weren't all he did. Seeing how the art had gone stale, what with our Lancers keeping to the confines of the Twelves would, he sought to bring in new techniques and methods from faraway lands. But Gridania was a different place in his day. The outside world was a thing to be shunned back then, and non-forest-born were considered faithless savages. Aye, it was even worse than now. Of course, old Mistel wasn't afraid to call that way of thinking what it was, a lot of ignorance and cowardice. To cut a long story short, despite a forest full of good old Gridanian stubbornness, he finally convinced the nation to open its doors to foreign lancers, and by blending their techniques with his own, he gave the world the art which you now practice. To this day, the Lancers Guild accepts students regardless of their origin. That wouldn't have been possible if it hadn't been for Mistal. Us Lancers owe him much and more, and it's our charge to carry on his legacy. Never forget that. Eh? What's that? When's the trial? Trial. Much as I hate to disappoint, there isn't one. Your courage was never in doubt, lass. My part in your training's done. 'Tis time you visited your third and final instructor, a fellow named Vauclair. Vauxclairt. Vauclair, maybe. You'll find him whiling away his time at the Bobbing Cork, like as not. Oh, that's the name of an inn in Falgord Float, in case you didn't know. Up in the North Shroud it is. Vauclair's an old rival of mine. Me and him used to go at it until neither man could lift his spear tip off the ground. I warn you, he was a right stubborn bugger back then, and the years ain't done much to improve his humors. So, good luck with impressing him. Thanks, bud. Yeah, I'll just use my teleport return. It's 15-minute cooldown. Yeah, 900 seconds, 15 minutes. Okay, and then I gotta go to Conjurer's Guild. Have anything here? No, whatever. And then this way. I know I'm supposed to, at some point in time, have... Is this north? Awesome. Have a finishing attack that heals me. I thought, as far as it looked like when I was... Ooh, I have to kill these. Cool. These are part of my hunt. This is why I hunt, huh? Enough? Cool. What else do I need from a hunting log? Mitlings and hoglets. Okay. I might come across some mitlings while I'm here. Are these not it? Mage storms, okay. I think mitlings are to the north, actually. You know what? Since I'm here, I'm gonna go check that super quick. Just killed an Opo, which is just a monkey, basically. No, those are mage swarms and stuff, okay. Running across a bridge over a kind of, I would say stream, but it looks kind of, it's kind of a river. It's not a wide river, but it's a river. It's flowing pretty fast. And it's got a waterfall. It's probably about 6 feet tall, and then it's like 50, 60 yards behind that to a waterfall. It's probably 12 feet tall. Pretty. Got some more, these are banamites, but they're the scorpion things. The dioramites is kind of the same thing, just bigger and higher level. Not a threat to yours truly. But they are aggroing me, so won't be an issue. Won't be an issue. Now these things, if they aggroed me, they'd kill me. Level 37 bats. Giant tree is level 37, 38. Yeah, they'd kill me. I'm not even sure I could run away fast enough. Get this Chocobo Keep. So I've reached an outpost. It's surrounded by water. So think of like a ring of water, and then to get into the center of the where all the stuff is, you cross bridges, and then you cross more bridges. So like there's a platform, shops, and a couple buildings, and then another bridge that leads to the Aetherite, which I gotta get while I'm here. And then to the north is a bridge. I have 4 pieces of mail. I think that's all like Vesta seasonal stuff. Let's check it out. So these are like you get thank you for playing messages every once in a while, and they have gear that's just to look cool or to look like some. One of the sets, I believe, makes you look as close as it can to Cloud Strife from Final Fantasy VII, if you're not familiar. And here is Vauclair. He is at... It's a large building. It looks kind of like you're entering the lobby of a hotel. I'm sure it actually might be a hotel. Let me check. What does it say? Yeah, it's got a candle. I guess that would, as kind of the flyer, the board, poster board. So I would say it's a hotel. Yeah. And then at the top of, like up some stairs and around a corner is like a seating room to look out over the balcony. And here's Vauclair, gray-haired elven, or whatever the elven term in this game is. Got a pole arm. It's got a couple spikes coming off of it. I take it you are the young lancer of whom Ewain spoke, and an adventurer besides, by the look of you. I was an adventurer myself once. That was before I became a lance for hire. But enough idle talk. You have come to learn from me, and learn from me you shall. Be warned, though, that you will not find me as lenient an instructor as the others. Now pay attention. Thus far you have learned to muster your courage in situations of fear, panic, and uncertainty. With me, you will learn to do so in the face of change. The enemy is a living thing, and living things are apt to change. Whatever the nature of that change, a lancer must be able to think and adapt, and to think and adapt during battle requires courage. To teach you the meaning of my words, I would have you challenge a fiery fiend known as the Red Balloon. However, the creature will appear only where there is a raging flame. You may kindle such a flame by procuring 6 fingers from slain balloons and depositing them at a gutted campfire. This should suffice to entice the Red Balloon. As the battle wears on, the creature's fury shall burn with ever greater fervor until it is ripe to burst in a conflagration of death. Let courage lend strength to your lance and extinguish this fiery foe. Jump! 99 red balloons. Gonna kill them all real soon. Then get one that's super big. It'll explode and it'll hurt real bad. I really don't remember doing this quest, so I might not ever have done it. There's some clay golems. If you don't know what a golem looks like, if you've ever heard of a golem, that's pretty much what this is. It is exactly what it looks like. But looks like a bunch of rocks kind of loosely formed into the shape of a buff on top human being, but not at all actually really all that human being-esque. These stupid balloons can explode and not actually explode. In Final Fantasy XI, you could fight bombs, and there's actually a strategy at one point to fight bombs for experience points if you had... Because they could just explode. Ah, shit, I have to outrun this guy. I got aggroed by a clay golem and I want to fight it. Okay. They could just explode, I think, without warning. Like, that was just instant. So if you were a summoner, one of the ways that you could get experience points by yourself was to go bomb hunting. Shroud hair. This thing looks like a slug. This shroud hair just looks like a slug. Okay. But yeah, so you use carbuncle because it costs the least amount to keep. Cause in Final Fantasy XI, keeping your summons out, your avatars out, cost you magic points per second or per tick. Depending on what kind of gear you had. It could be free if you had good gear, but so you'd keep carbuncle out, you just whittle it down, you basically are giving it TP, tactical points, by hitting it and letting it hit you, and you keep doing that until it has enough TP, and you stay far enough away that you can't get hit by the explosion, but it'll explode occasionally by using its tactical points once it reaches 100 tactical points. And when it explodes, you get the experience points. It treats it as you defeating it. So that was a way for summoners to, and you know, once it exploded, you would just resummon Carbuncle and go on to the next one. It's not a perfect way. I don't remember doing it much, if at all, because by the time I reached that high level of summoner, there were other ways to get experience points. And experience points were easier to get also at that point in time. Oh god, you want me to run into enemy territory like hardcore. So if I take this bridge just to the south of me, I would, which again is going through basically the mouth, a long tunnel of an old tree. It's like if you imagine a really big tree shedding its outer layer of bark and creating a circle, that's basically the tunnel that I would be running through to do this. And now I'm fighting a giant red balloon or bomb looking dude, you know, the fiery dude with the fiery hair. And they say that a hero can save us. Not gonna stand here. Did I seriously miss with that? Oh my god, I'm so fucking annoyed. Did I miss or did I hit it with that? It doesn't look like I healed it. Anyway, I beat the bomb. Now we're running. Back to the north. Across a little bridge that's going across a bit of a chasm. Through some wooden gates. So this entire area that I was talking about earlier with the aetherite and like the ring of water that kind of acts as a moat, there's also a wooden fence circling the entire thing, so levels of protection, I suppose. Bottlenecks in the form of bridges and moats. And again, if the enemy could just lay a short bridge across some of these places. Like in The Way of Kings. Hey, Beauclair. So, you have vanquished the red balloon, and no less than what I would expect of one of Egwene's. Your enemy altered its nature throughout the encounter, thereby causing the terms of battle to shift repeatedly. Yet ever did you press onward, your courage holding firm in the midst of constant change. So it was that you emerged triumphant. I am not known for being liberal with my praise, but you have done well. Yours is a genuine courage. Mind you, this does not give you license to forsake your training. You are still but a fledgling among us, after all. I have finished with you. You may report back to Egwene, and when you do, tell that young upstart that I demand he show his face here from time to time. That is all. Aw, you miss your buddy. This is his little buddy. Yes, man. Let's take a Chocobo back. Save some money. And my return isn't back yet. 30 gil? Yeah, it's better than 170 or whatever it would cost to do that. How much would that cost? Yeah, it won't tell me while I'm on Chocobo. Right. Well, 30 gil, definitely not well spent. But I gotta kill these. When you reach a high enough level, by the way, and you kill things that are way too under-leveled for you, they have a linking mechanic that will make another monster, like you'll see kind of a glowing line toward another monster, and that second monster will link. They will attack you if you attack the thing it's linked to. Annoying, but is what it is. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why we can't have the pleasure of just let us kill a thing. We're high enough level, we've earned the level, let us just kill a thing. They don't link at lower levels or higher levels. They link if you are too high of a level for it. But you're the one that gave me the hunting log. I'm just trying to complete it. Back through a thick wooden gate to Redania. Going to the Conjurer's Aethernet point to then teleport over to the Lancer's point. Didn't expect this one to be 30 minutes, but it is, so yay. Take a little break after this and then hop on to the story again. Hello, Ewayne. Love your guild, love what you've done with it. Old Vauclair's demands I show my face? I can only assume the buxom brunette at the float isn't lavishing him with the attention he craves. Very well, I shall see what I can do. As for you, Mercy, well done. I never doubted that you would meet with the approval of all three men, yet I am no less proud of you for having done so. You have traveled far along the Lancer's path, and soon you will no longer require my guidance. In fact, you need to overcome but one further trial to complete your education here. Do so, and I will give you my blessing to leave the Lancers Guild and embark upon a new adventure with spear in hand. As ever, apply yourself to your lance work, and return when you are ready for your final challenge. I look forward to our next meeting. Another spear! Silver battle fork. It looks like a trident. Or, yeah, cool. What kind of gear should I get? They're all upgrades of one part or another. This is 4 strength, 5 direct hit. So I would lose a bit of skill speed, but the direct hit's good. This is determination 4. Probably not going to do that, because I will give up direct hit for it. 3 strength. So all of these are a strength upgrade by at least 1. So that's, yeah. Direct hit, determination. I'd probably do the body. Or I can just, yeah, I'd probably do the body. It's my first upgrades since doing those trials. Oh shit. That got rid of... I now look almost naked. Not really. I look like a gal going out on the town who likes to show off her bra and short skirt. And I have a choker. A gold choker. Literally, you can see my bra. I'm not looking, you're looking. Anyway, bye.